Hello, guys. Welcome to the stream. How long will you stream today? Let's see, Akhil, how it goes. How long I stream today? I'm not sure how long I'll stream. Maybe until if I get some questions, I'll answer some of them questions. I'm going to talk to you guys, and that's going to be it. I'm not sure. I haven't decided the amount of time that I. Do you have any work? Yeah, I sort of have work after this. I'm going to. I have work. There is stuff that I need to do after this. Congratulations for 1K live. So, Unstoppable Fitness, the thing that has happened or changed with YouTube is that with these kind of things nowadays, like live, जो भी आपके फीड में आता है ना, शॉर्ट्स या लाइव, इसके व्यूज अब एग्जैजरेट होने वाले हैं. सो बेसिकली पहले जैसे होता था कि अनलेस एंड अनटिल एक सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम तक आप रुकते थे, दोज वर द व्यूज दैट वर एक्चुअली काउंटेड. ओके, what has changed nowadays is that, like, at least starting from the last 2 or a few days, is that अगर कोई भी scroll भी कर लेता है ना अपने feed में, वो live आ जाती है ना जिसके feed में, so that is considered as a view. So the views now are going to be exaggerated on YouTube, and this is going to happen across all formats: live streams, shorts, and long form videos. And it is sort of a useless thing. I don't know what, like, why YouTube does this or why they have been doing this, but yeah, all the views that you're going to see now on from creators are going to be exaggerated. Not like there used to be a bar before that once you press on a video, if you unclick or if you go back from that video in the first 20 seconds, that did not count as a view. But now it's going to count as a view, even if you press it by some sort of a mistake. That's what I think has contributed to my 1K live, 1K views in my life. Yesterday's video of yours was great, by the way. Thank you. Late today. Yeah, I'm a bit late. I'm not sure at what time to do the stream. I was kind of trying to do it a little bit late. I was not feeling like it at 8, which is why I came late today to the stream. And if I'm being honest, I don't really know what to talk about in today's stream. So I'm just here to talk to you guys. That's it. I don't have any particular thing in my mind. It's kind of blank right now. You came so early yesterday morning that I couldn't even wake up in time. I came live at 10:30, and my live stream was like 2 hours long. So that was like, I don't even remember. It was 10:30 to like 12 or 12:30 that I streamed for. It was a little bit longer, yeah, than my normal streams, because there were so many questions. Have you read Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche? Yes, I have read that book. I figured out that my career will be gonna where communication will be primary element because I love teaching, but I don't know how to move from this stage and figure out what I gonna do. You've got to figure out um something which other people can find valuable. Now that you found that teaching is the skill that you're going to use, now you need to find out where, what kind of people will you actually be teaching, or what can you be teaching in your immediate surroundings. Can it be a coaching that you can get that practice from? Can it be a school? Can it be some sort of an assistant role in a coaching? I don't know. Whatever. Now that's something that you'll have to figure out, it seems. I joined yesterday and suddenly you hit 1K views. Looks like I'm the content all were missing. Sure, it could be the case. See, the thing with YouTube is, guys, that nobody knows about how or when something can get views, right? To a lot of extent, a lot of these channels, what they run on is like literally luck. There's not that much control. Okay, what I can control definitely is the quality that I have, but other than that, uh, what happens with YouTube is that it's really like you can sometimes when that's why consistency is good advice when it comes to YouTube. So if you're consistently improving, you're putting in your best, you never know when the viewers are going to come or join you. So when they come, you better hope that you're prepared, or whatever they have to see, you have a whole library for them to see. Like you see this happening with my YouTube a lot. Like people will come and join my channel through the stream. They'll ask me who I am, what I do, and what do you think happens if someone is curious enough? They might click on my channel. They might see a lot of videos, a library of videos, and if they find something useful, they might stick around. And that's how I build my YouTube channel, right? But the point is that you've got to keep doing whatever it is that you want to do, whatever is your base skill, right? So for me, the base skill is uploading on a regular basis. It's to keep improving myself. It's to keep guiding you people, giving advice to people based on what I have practically or primarily used on myself. And then, like, I think views and the other rest of the metrics are going to manage themselves. Are you Pakistani? No, I'm not Pakistani. I'm Indian. भाई मेरा एक सवाल है, how to make first 1 lakh? By getting a job, by learning a skill. That I would say is the best. That is the easiest or the most efficient way to make your first 1 lakh. But if it honestly, it also depends. If you're coming from some background, or where you're at a situation where you can afford, or where you can try a business, then even business can be a great source. Like trying to make a business out of nowhere, like in this generation, especially with the internet access and everything, making 1 lakh has become relatively easier compared to back when you would be starting, let's say 10 years back. But the easiest, and if I tell you the most simple way, is to learn a skill and to make 1 lakh of that. Like you have a base skill, whatever your skill be it teaching, be it sales, be it coding, and then looking for jobs, either jobs or looking for people who need that service from you. What's your field? Which you are work? My field is YouTube. The investigation has resumed. I'm not going to give too much opportunity for investigation today. It's going to be a swift investigation in that case, because the live might be um, a rather shorter one. Just asking how to get first job, how to dot company. By asking people for jobs, by connecting to as many people as you can, by reaching out to as many people as you can, by marketing yourself to them as an advantage. What can you do for them? At any stage, you can have two or three things to offer. Even when you're at this stage, usually when you don't have any practical experience, when you don't have any sort of skills, what you can usually market yourself, or what you can tell other people that you have, is that you have lots of energy and time to give, that you're willing to learn. That's the kind of vibe that you need to give to the interviewer at this stage when you're a fresher. I wasted my entire day today. It's fine. You'll wake up tomorrow for another day, and then you can start again. It's not like you've wasted your, you don't have a chance to turn that around. You definitely do, and in fact, you even have a chance to start your next tomorrow like earlier. My advice to you would be, go on a proper time to sleep today, and then go to bed well rested, and then wake up in the morning well rested and start again every day. Okay, every new day starts, remember, it starts at the last night or the previous night. So today, right now, the night that we have today is going to determine tomorrow actually for us. So if we are sleeping late, which is something that I've been too aware of. Okay, I've been struggling with getting good sleep. I've hyper analyzed my sleep so much that I can't even sleep properly. And one thing that I know is that the preparation for the next day starts from the previous night. So if you're not going to sleep at a proper time, if you are going to sleep late, or if you don't have something pre-planned, what's going to happen is that you're going to wake up and you're going to not know what to do, and you're going to end up wasting your day. The likelihood increases definitely. So always start preparing for your tomorrow from the early day. You know how back in school we used to have a routine. We had a timetable. That was actually the best part. That is what we need to learn. That level of discipline or that level of routine. I'm not asking you to have a stringent routine where you can't be flexible at all. You can be flexible. There can be some room for error. But that does not mean that you need to have an absolute lack of structure. Most people don't even have some sort of an idea of what to do with their days. So if you're managing your time better, if you have some sort of a structure, if you have some sort of an idea in what you will need to do tomorrow or what you do in a general day, then your days in general, the structure of your day is going to determine your moods, and you're that much more unlikely to not be swayed by random videos or by random moods, right? Your content changed my mindset in positive way. Appreciate that, unstoppable fitness. I was actually watching a video about YouTube today, and what that guy said in that video really helped me a little bit. So basically, he said that with YouTube, one thing with YouTube is that, and I think what he said applies not only to YouTube but also to our career lives or in our lives in general. So if in our lives we're expecting that things will come randomly, like maybe let's say tomorrow you wake up and tomorrow you start being hyper productive, and starting tomorrow you expect that everything is going to change, you're going to become a different person, your entire personality is going to change, you're going to do all the things that you did not do earlier, then that's much more likely to be a temporary thing. Maybe let's say at your best, you, even with all the discipline that you can conjure, you might be able to pull that for 1 week, 2 week, at max 1 month, the most disciplined of us all. But rather than that, if you're building based on a smaller step on a more realistic path, let's say taking one step by step, the growth that happens when it happens very, in a very almost linear way, right? That is much more healthy and much more sustainable in the long term, versus let's say you go this, and then you're gonna, like, you're much more likely to come even that much down. So it's much better for your path to go like this, maybe even a little bit stable. It can even be a straight line, and that really taught me. I appreciated that. I really like, because I'll be honest with you guys. I've been a little bit lazier when I'm making my YouTube videos these days. That's why you don't see consistent videos, because right now what I'm battling with is the trade-off, the quality trade-off. Do I make videos every day? And in making that, do I sacrifice the content quality, where like every day I'm trying to come up with some good content, right? It's not just that I'll make a video for the make of for the sake of making a video. It needs to have a message, it needs to have a theme, it needs to it needs to deliver some sort of value to whoever is looking at it, right? Regardless of whoever it is. So I'm having a hard time balancing it, because the more I overthink it, the more I think about it, the more ironically the more quality I believe is being sacrificed. So I'd much rather just be making it on a regular basis. I don't know, it's something that I've been recently struggling with, guys. How's your work life balance these days? Terrible, terrible. Do you think Steve Jobs was lapa? He's genius, of course, but he gets credit for things he didn't do. That's how you market yourself. See, that's the thing. That's the thing with lots of. I think there's a name, a psychological name for when people do that. It's that when you're good at anything, right? When you're overtly good at anything, whatever you say becomes true, even if it at some point it's not even like true. It's called confirmation bias. I think it's like, let's say now I have 7K subscribers on my YouTube channel, right? So if I'm to say something about career, if I'm to say something about anything, let's say I'm to give advice, who would you trust more? Someone with 7,000 subscribers, some versus someone with 700 subscribers? Unless and until you already know their face, you recognize them from a brand or some sort of authority, you are more likely to trust me, just because of the subscribers that I have. But if you think of it, both of us have an equal chance. I could very much be a lapa, I could very much be lying about everything that I say. But that's the problem in knowing the difference, right? That you can't just take people for their numbers. And that's what I believe happens a lot with people who we deem in society as successful. Let's say Steve Jobs is credited for his success, like extreme level of success, right? So when he says something, even if it's not that big of a deal, he might even be lying, he might even be making something up, he might not even know the reason, but he needs to say something in front of other people, right? So there's much more chance that people will even take like he there's of course there's the thing that he will be honest about some things, of course. But there is also a chance, like any other human, he also might have things which he might not even know himself. But of course he's going to pull the character, right? And he has to say something. And when I find that happening with myself sometimes at 7K subscribers, I can't imagine how it is with him at his stage. So I believe that happens a lot with people. 700. You might be the exception in that case, unknowingly being the world, because most people take numbers as authority in themselves. If you compare myself again with someone with 70K subscribers, someone with 7 million subscribers, the more subscribers there are, the more authority you give. Like we are like just randomly, even without us being aware of it, even without us being conscious of it, we'll give that much authority to a particular person, just based on their authority. And that authority can come from numbers, that authority can come from several things, of course. But in this case, since I'm giving you a YouTube example, that's what applies. बीकॉम के बाद एमसीए कर सकता है? मुझे नहीं पता समीर जी, कर सकते हैं कि नहीं. You might have to chat GPT that. 7K subscribers, Thala for a reason. Fine, case closed. You not win this round. I'll see you in the next episode. I was watching some Steve Jobs speeches today to understand body language things. That's a really rare thing to do. Like I usually you would expect someone watching Steve Jobs to get inspired by him, but the fact that you're doing something so niche, something so out of the norm, it's really nice. It's really refreshing to hear. What does Allah want from Naujawan early 20s? I don't understand your question, Patel GM. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't understand the relevance of what you mean by that question, so I'm not going to answer. Give me a sec, guys. भैया 1 साल का ड्रॉप लेके एग्जाम के दिन एडमिट कार्ड ले जाना भूल जाने 1 साल का ड्रॉप लेके एग्जाम के दिन एडमिट कार्ड ले जाना भूल जाना, क्या ये गलती कॉमन है? हो सकती है यार, आई डोंट थिंक कॉमन है, लेकिन हो सकती है डेफिनेटली यार. इट्स अ वेरी फनी थिंग टू हैपन टू समवन, फनी एंड ट्रेजिक, बट यार इमेजिन सेइंग दिस एज अ स्टोरी यार. मतलब आप जाके किसी को इंट्रोड्यूस करो, यार मैं वही हूँ जो 1 साल ड्रॉप लेने के बाद भी अपना एडमिट कार्ड ले जाना भूल गया था एग्जाम में. यो, व्हाट्स वन थिंग यू कैन नेवर से नो टू? What's one thing I can never say no to? To talking to people. I can never say no to talking to other people. I love talking to people, no matter what. That's what you see happening in these live streams as well. A lot of times, like today, for example, I'll come expecting or to keep that live stream very short. But what usually ends up happening is that I'll just extend it because I love talking so much. And this has happened with other people as well. Like when I'm talking, I'll talk beyond what I can even like. I don't know what I've planned. I'll talk for hours and hours with people. क्या ये गलती माफ की जा सकती है यार? बिल्कुल यार, क्यों नहीं यार, इंसानों से गलती हो सकती है यार, बड़ी बड़ी गलती हो सकती है. नंबर वन यहाँ पर, या दैट आई एम. हाउ डू यू डिस्टिंग्विश जेन्युइन डिसिप्लिन फ्रॉम एंजाइटी ड्रिवन प्रोडक्टिविटी? That's such a deep question, Neetu Sahu. Like that's an amazing question, but I don't think I'm qualified enough to answer that because I don't have the experience to be able to answer that. I don't think I can notice the difference myself between both of these. Sometimes I find myself doing that. Like I don't even recognize if all the things that I'm doing are purely anxiety driven or if they are genuinely coming from a self, like a healthy level of discipline. So I don't think I'm the right person to be able to answer that for now. Hello once again. Hello Ken Kaneki. की ऑफ पेशेंस. घर में रह के बोर नहीं होते? नहीं यार, नहीं होता. एंड यार मैं पूरे दिन तो नहीं होता, लाइक आई मेक अदर प्लान्स और व्हाटएवर. सो आई हैव अ रूटीन. तो नहीं, मैं बोर तो नहीं होता. डोंट वरी, द एफबीआई इज ऑलरेडी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग द वेसल इन योर पास्ट लाइफ सेशन. I thought you were a freelancer. Also, there was another sound in the stream. If this, I'll leave this as a pure mystery, but there was another sound in the stream There was an event that happened in the stream, which might raise some bells and whistles for a lot of people. So you're gonna go. I mean, best of luck figuring that out. If you're the real FBI or if you're the real freelancer working for the FBI, you'll figure it out. Are you married? No, I'm not married. Why do I keep getting asked this? Do I look like I'm married? Do I look old? परसों की लाइव स्ट्रीम बढ़िया थी। यार मैंने इतनी लाइव स्ट्रीम की है लास्ट 6 महीने से, मुझे ट्रैक नहीं रहता यार, सॉरी। मैं कौन सी लाइव स्ट्रीम में क्या हुआ था? You look way better than the stream in yesterday. It's just the t-shirt, I believe. It's just the t-shirt. The difference is in the t-shirt. That was a white t-shirt, and it was a very loose t-shirt. This is a well-fit t-shirt that's hugging my body. So it's just aesthetics. It's just psychology, I believe. Bro, I've been struggling from a problem that is I took commerce over science. Okay, and after 1.5 year in my 12th, I'm regretting it, and it also affecting my studies. I love tech, AI, science field. So, Supant Das, don't let that be a problem at all. All right. You can very much take commerce and you can still have a career easily in science. In fact, I have a friend, a very close friend. He chose commerce in his school days, and right now he's working as a software developer. All right. So it's very much possible if you're interested in tech, AI in general, you can still switch. BCA is a good option for people like that. You can very much choose BCA, and you can also go for MC afterwards if that's what you're looking for. If you're sure about your interest in tech, AI, science, then be rest assured. All right. Interesting. I let my team know. You look mine. That's a bold claim. I can't reveal what we already know. I'm not asking you to reveal what you already know. You certainly don't know me better than I do. Or do you now? How? By doing the work in your free time whenever you're free apart from your studies. The advantage, if you've chosen commerce, is that you'll get lots of free time because the workload or the study load is not the same in commerce as it is in science, right? So all the free time that you get, invest that into tech. Try learning coding, try learning all the tech, or like the more you code, the more you'll realize how big and vast the field of technology is. Anyway, take care. The FBI will be in touch. Okay, FBI. That's not someone that I want to keep in touch with personally. Not very keen to do that, but sure. Such a chat GPT answer. I don't know, but Matilda, what do you expect me to say to that? All I can see from a perspective of a streamer is your random usernames. I don't even know who I'm answering to. For all I know, you could be a secret. Oh my god, a secret. What the hell? A secret account coming from my mom or something, because my parents know of my channel, right? सो जाओ, क्यों सो जाओ यार, सोने वाला हूं मैं, ये स्ट्रीम बस। एफबीआई यूएसए में होता है। अरे तो ठीक है ना, एफबीआई पूरे वर्ल्ड वाइड होता है, वो हमें नहीं पता होता, उनके अंडर कवर ऑपरेशंस भी होते होंगे ना, आई थिंक, राइट? और इज देयर सीआईए फॉर दैट? आई एम नॉट श्योर, आई एम नॉट वेल वर्स्ड। Is motivation actually necessary once a habit becomes automatic, or does the brain still need some form of reward? The more, yeah, of course, the more consistent you are with a habit, once it becomes once you're doing it on a regular basis, the thing I would say is that the amount of energy that it takes you to sit there and start is almost like bare minimum. You don't need much it's almost like maintenance energy. So yeah, you will be able to do it every day, but the next challenge usually for people, once they are like once they can do a habit automatically, is to improve their quality. uh, I speak from my experience of making YouTube videos over the course of the last year, and what I've noticed is that now for me making a video is not a big deal. But now when I'm really thinking about the quality, when I'm hyper analyzing about the message that I'm trying to pass, what I'm trying to teach, right, that's when I will struggle a little bit. It's like, oh, I'm overthinking, I'm analyzing that how can I improve myself, what are the small changes that I can do in my videos. कोलकाता में दुर्गा पूजा की तैयारी कैसी चल रही है? अभी बहुत टाइम है यार, अभी कुछ नहीं हुआ यहाँ पे। इंडियन में सीबीआई होता है यार, इंडिया में सीबीआई होता है, लेकिन वो फ्रीलांसर था ना, तो शायद वो बाहर के, वो फॉरेनर हो सकते हैं। he can be looking into me, I don't know, like there's a possibility that that can happen. कब है वैसे दुर्गा पूजा? मुझे नहीं पता कब है यार। Why you do these lives? Did you get some rakhi? I did not get any rakhis, and why I do these lives is because I like talking, and because I like doing this. Like that's a simple reason. There's nothing else to it. And I love teaching, yeah. And last week of October, I'm going home from gaming cafe where I learned Python for 3 hours. It's my first experience in gaming. It was great, brother. Well, that sounds great. That sounds like a good experience. Now keep it up. Don't I would advise you, don't set the hours as the benchmark. Set the amount of work you get done as the benchmark. So every time you're sitting to do anything, learning anything, don't measure it from the amount of hours you've spent trying to learn. I'll give you an example. I learn things, and I'm such a slow learner, but I would say that my recall power is amazing. So the thing is that when I'm learning something, right, it I'll just give you yesterday's example. So I was learning there was a course basically. There was sort of like from a YouTuber, and I got access to it. Okay, and it was about how to learn properly. All right, how to learn properly. So it took me like one, maybe, I don't know, it was like 1 hour content, it was like 30 minutes content, 30 minutes long video, and it took me like one hour, 1.5 hour making notes and everything, thinking things deeply, actually taking action on those things. It took me that long to finish a 30-minute video. So it does not matter how many hours you're spending learning. More of what matters is how much you're actually relating to it, how much is it that you're actually taking in your mind, right? How you're making notes about it, how you're connecting it to what you already know, what are the action steps that you will immediately take based on that. So it's very important you do these things. Let's say I'll give you an example. Because you're studying Python, I would say that you will remember much more if you're actually coding rather than watching the video. If you were to actually like try it yourself, right, that's when you will learn the most. Now these are just pointers from me, okay? I appreciate that you spend that time learning, but these are just pointers from me for whenever you're doing this thing next time, and for all people involved in the stream. Don't you celebrate Rakhi? No, I don't. If you ask me, in general, I'm not the kind of person who will celebrate or be excited about any sort of festivals. I'm very neutral when it comes to this. It's like every day, either every day needs to be a celebration or it all needs to be the same. Do you know about metacognition? I've heard of that term, but I don't exactly remember what it means. I might look it up right now again. Metacognition. Yeah, it's metacognition. Literally is in the name. Thinking about the systems and the way that you think. Yeah, I get the idea now. I think that's something that I do a fair lot. Like people like us, probably someone called curious, we probably do these things. If behavior is heavily influenced by reinforcement, environment, and automatic habits, how much free will is actually involved in self improvement? Do I know the answer to that? Neetu, no. Does anyone really can, like, is it possible for any of us to really know the answer to that? Probably not. Is it worth discussing? Yes, maybe. But if you really want to change things in life, if unless and until you're not working in psychology, if that's not something that you're doing for your interest, if you're asking this to me purely because you're curious, right? Then I would say that if you actually want to get the work done, then thinking about these things is a waste of time. I've been through that whole space where I thought that, okay, is there any free will involved anyway? Like, am I really doing anything? So what I've learned through a lot of mistakes that I have made is that when we think about things like these, right, these philosophical concepts, it is best for us to believe that we are completely responsible for whatever is happening. We are in control. We are absolutely in control, even if we are not in control, because that will like do very well. Like, we will do like, it will have a good effect on our, like, we will be mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, if we think that way, rather than if we let the concept of control go and we just admit that, oh, all of this is just like written in the stars or something. Although I still definitely believe that we have lots of control. Definitely we have a choice, regardless, no matter what. Even when we physically are unable to do anything, even when we are lacking everything, we still have a choice. We have always have a choice to decide a reaction. So that I would say that everything, like, when it comes to this, it's a very philosophical question that you ask. But if you really want to purely get work done, it's best to not waste your time thinking about these things, and just accept that, yeah, it is in our control. And just take my word for it. Trust me, take my word for it. I've been through this myself. But yeah, if you still don't believe me, then best of luck for your research or whatever. But I do understand your curiosity. I've been through the same question. I've spent lots of time wondering about it. Does free will exist? I for one personally believe that it does exist. We have free will. And now this might be coming from, like, I'm very strongly, I believe in this because I've been doing enough reading, and I've experienced like enough stuff to be able to answer that conclusively, that I believe that free will definitely exists. When people want to do a certain thing, they will do a certain thing. This really is a very big topic to discuss. No, it's simple. Not everything has to be a big topic to discuss. That's the thing with philosophy. You can have like a whole research paper, you can have a 10-hour long discussions about everything. But sometimes it's just like nice to just have a yes or no answer. So I personally, if you ask me, no, I mean, yes, it does exist. Like your actual childhood dream, not the typical doctor, engineer stuff. I wanted to be a pirate and just explore randomly. What did I want to be when I was a young kid? I never knew when I was a young kid and what I wanted to do. I would tell people that I want to be a pilot. I told my teacher that I wanted to be a pilot at some point when I was like very young. I don't remember. I don't even remember. I'd have to go back in the memory lane, and then that would make me nostalgic. But it's so nice, Nomi, that you think about these things and you're like, it's so nice. It was so refreshing back then, if you think about it. Those memories, those times when we were able to just proudly say what is it that we dreamt of, and it was so like it's nice to think of it. How to forget someone? By just moving on with your life, just doing whatever you were to do. And like sometimes the answer that you're looking for, the thing that you want to forget, almost like it lies through accepting that you're too obsessed with them, or like there is a problem with them. You first accept and understand that yes, you are feeling strongly for that specific person, and you accept. And surprisingly, when you accept, you will much more easily, or you're much more likely to be able to, like, not forget them necessarily, because you don't necessarily forget people. You just get, or like you get along with your life. Maybe kid, you was just going with the flow. No, no, I'm sure there were things that I wanted to be. It's just that I have to go back to the memory lane. I'm sure that there were things, there were particular memories. If I think of it hard enough, I'll come up with them. 4 more minutes, by the way, 4 more minutes, and I'll end the stream, guys. I think I don't want to. I want don't want to extend the stream beyond what I have extended it to already today. Is Earth flat? Yes, Earth is flat. You're right. You're absolutely right about it. Ah, but there are arguments for determinism also. So we can't tell if we actually have free will or not. But no matter what, I'm not gonna believe in determinism. That's that. I like that. I like that. Someone called curious. What? How? What? How? What do you mean? How? It is flat. Everything else is a conspiracy. Aren't you aware of it, Matilda? They've been trying to brainwash us into believing that the Earth is not flat for years and years. Those people, I don't know. Moon landing was fake. Yeah, I don't know those people. I don't know how people still believe in them. It's a whole big, it's a whole big conspiracy. Evidence secured, questions unanswered. Good night. Suspect we'll continue this another time. Damn the sector 00. You just randomly drop in and you drop these obscure messages, huh? We have someone very intimidating in our stream. How are you so certain? How are you so certain? I'm certain because like if Earth was not flat, wouldn't all of us just like slip? We would just like just like fall off. But because the Earth isn't flat, we are able to stay properly on the surface, right? If the Earth was like I mean you get it. I mean I guess you get it. I think dogs don't exist. Bro, enough internet for today. Why? Why do you want to close your ears to the truth? Someone called curious. This is the thing, right? When you speak of the truth, there are lots of people who won't accept it. Dogs don't exist. You might be right. You might be right. They might all just be bots. I think we are in an open game. Yeah, we are in the matrix. It's right. You're right. No, I didn't. I'm just stunned at your certainty. Yeah, I live in certainty. Aren't you certain about this? Are you confused? If you have any doubt, you should go and check. You should try this. If the earth wasn't like flat surface, right? We would all fall off, trust me. How do you think I'm sitting on this chair? I'm able to just properly answer your questions. But yeah, I just realized you live pretty close to my favorite temple. I mean, how? Like, do you mean in the terms of the city that I live in, or do you mean in the terms of the address? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there are people who know my address at this point, just based off YouTube. It's nice to hear what makes our mind curious, but these theories look bullshit. If I keep making to-do lists instead of doing the task, am I planner or just a professional procrastinator? To-do lists can very much be helpful. You can make to-do lists and you can get your work done, and for some people they don't need those to-do lists necessarily. So as far as you can have a simple to-do list, it's always a supplement. It always helps complement your daily routine and help you recall things. It gets them off your brain. There's certainly like research done which says that if you write something down, you're much more likely to be able to do and establish or not establish accomplish like more work done in that particular day. So that's my opinion on that. Need to sahu gravity. City plus address. Oh my god, you're aware of my address? I'm not surprised. Gravity is propaganda. Propaganda. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Guys, just so, I mean, I don't know, man. Just so someone like watching, like, because there are lots of young people and students watching. I hope you guys realize that I'm being sarcastic when I say this, right? Because I'm not sure of how like the audience that I have. Like, there are definitely people who are young, and I don't want to misguide them, or I don't want them thinking that I think the Earth is flat, because the Earth is not flat. Okay, the Earth is not flat. What shape is the Earth again? It's a globe, right? It's a sphere. It's a sphere. Yeah. Damn, I might just have exposed my dumbness over there. What are my subscribers going to think about me, huh? Damn, guys, I'm late again. I'm late. 3 more minutes and I'm gonna end the stream. Oh my God, can you just be true? You can't be asking those questions to me and expect me to give you straight answers, can you? Yeah, you're such a rage baiter, Matilda. We've been attracting rage baiters to my stream. I have no idea, guys, how I'm able to spend so much time with you guys on a live, like, so easily. Like, it's so easy. It's become such a routine for me to be able to just come here and like I don't know, do this for 2 hours or something. Matilda probably knows you in IRL. I don't think Matilda knows me. I don't know. I would never know if there's someone from IRL coming here and just trying to rage bait me or troll me, like ask me the weirdest question and try and get an answer from me. I should probably start being very selective with the people I choose to answer. I'm somewhere around 345k, 380k steps away from you. Wow, you've measured the steps. That's crazy, Normie. That's crazy. Damn, there are people measuring steps away from me. Wow. But our bro is not challenged. Absolute rage bait. 345k, 380k steps. It's real. You could just tell me where you're from, Nomi, if you want to. That was non-challenge. 4chan user. What do you mean by that? But I wouldn't mind knowing him IRL. 345k, 380k. Okay. You really didn't see the text. Yeah, I did actually did not see your text. I did not see that text until you said that. What is this game? What's tennis? Hmm. All right, guys. I am absolutely loving this stream. I could just be doing this for the next 10 minutes as well, but I need to go. But okay, I'll probably do this for 10 more minutes. I'll just sit and just look at you guys talk or chat with me. That's all I'm going to do. What is your age, by the way? I forgot that. It's 25. But yeah, I'm not telling this. Analyze it from 345k, 380k steps. Okay, fine. I'll do that. I'll analyze it. So you're anywhere near Siliguri, Chalpaiguri, or you're around Dhanbad, or you're like in Odisha, or you're, I don't think you're towards Bangladesh, but you could be that as well. So any of these, right, Nomi? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. My that's what my analysis says. कल तो आप गुजरात में थे। यार मैं गुजरात का हूँ बट मैं रहता नहीं हूँ गुजरात में। Nationality Indian. Okay, nationality Indian. Yeah, that's why I did not say that you were towards the east. You weren't towards Bengal, certainly. You know, they say the theory like that people on the internet can be crazy, so you never know what ends up happening if you really give away your address or where you exactly live. Which is why I'm not too keen answering these live stream questions every time someone asks me where I'm from. But I don't think I'm at that stage yet where I've like amassed that crazy amount of audience who can like track me to my home. But I know a YouTuber who has like 600K subs, and he was tracked to his home several times. Do you watch Raj Sharmani? No, I don't. I think that I don't know. I think his content is very basic. Not for me. I always say I'm from Pluto. That's something that I used to do when I was younger. Yeah, but it's so childish. भैया बाय द वे स्टार्ट यूट्यूब ऑटोमेशन चैनल रिसेंटली अब भी स्टार्टिंग फेज में हूँ देखते हैं कहाँ तक जाता हूँ don't bother about where you will get to. It's more like where how do you feel in the moment while you make this, while you do this, do you like that particular activity? That's what is more important. If you like that activity, right, you'll be probably be able to replicate it and do it for years and years. But if you don't like even that activity, when you're not like a fan of making videos, when you don't like the process of making videos, speaking in front of the camera, sharing advice with people, you're not going to be able to sustain that ever. So it's much more important in the long term for you to like whatever it is, whatever activity that you're choosing to do on a long term basis. Otherwise, you'll never, it's never going to be sustainable. So that's my advice. Don't think about where you will get to. Think about every day as you do that activity, are you enjoying it? And when I say enjoy, it does not have to be. It doesn't have to be. How do I put it? It doesn't always have to be like 100% enjoyable, like, oh, I'm every day I'm having biryani type of enjoy. It's more like there are going to be days when it feels like, oh, you don't even feel like doing it, but you're gonna have to push it a little. But at the same time, you need to feel some sort of reverence for it. It's almost like a divine thing because it's your work, right? It's something that you're doing as a solving as a challenge. And good work will you always solve problems for people. And when you do that, you're literally saving someone's life. So be very careful with it. That's what my advice is to you. Basic, who do you watch then? I don't have any particular set on creators that I always regularly watch. I keep changing who I watch. It's like it's dynamic. It's not that I'm always watching the same things. Recently, I'll tell you what I've been watching is that either I'll be watching movies, I'll be watching something from the nature, or just yesterday I've started watching KSI and all his silly challenges that he used to do, like those dating challenges videos, right? But yeah, Raj Sharmani, I've never watched. I mean, I know what he does, and I know like the. I think he's also kind of in the self improvement space. What major are you in uni? I'm done with my uni. But I'm in I am in computer science. I used to be in computer science at some point. Who do you look up to, your ideals, role models? I would say that my ideal role models are like I can answer you in terms of philosophy. It's Stoicism, it's Nietzsche. These are some philosophies that I like. It's Hinduism also that I like the concept of, as in purely in terms of philosophy. And if you're asking me for people, I don't know if I'll be able to give you a specific answers. And like, I don't think having other people as your role model or your ideal is a good idea usually. Because the thing is that it usually ends up like we are so like biased that we'll just start to look them up and like look up to them, and at some point we'll end up being a fan of them, blind fan. And that's not something that I very much advocate for or encourage in and you guys as well. It's like, okay, you need to you can believe some people, they can be helpful to you, but always look up to them only as your equals, not up to them as like some sort of an idol. But yeah, if you're telling me in terms of friend, in terms of people who have changed my life from their content on YouTube, then I would say Hamza is one, chat tag is also one. uh yeah, those two people in particular. Desi philosopher, not so much, not so much, but I've watched his videos, but not so much. Hamza and Chat Tag have to be the top two, like people that I have stuck with through, like, or I like their message, I like their philosophy. I've found myself very similar to the kind of people that they are in terms of content, in terms of just maybe people that they at least they portray in front of the camera. But bro, Nietzsche has criticized Stoicism personally. Just because someone has criticized something, that does not mean that you don't like that's completely discredited, right? You can have your own opinions. I like to take Stoicism very like along with Nietzsche. I like to see parallels between all of them, and I like to use them as how it is applicable to me, to make a personal version of mine. It's not like I'll take everything word for word. But yeah, Stoicism is a philosophy that I found almost like it's almost impossible for me to go through my life and see that yeah, it's like wrong. Whatever like Stoicism says is usually in general like really good advice. It's applicable advice in terms of philosophy. I also watch Chat Tag and my name is Hamza. That's such a coincidence. You seem to be more like from law. No, I'm not from law. I'm from computer science, like I said. I am from computer science, but I don't associate myself with that because that's nothing that I'm interested in. That's not even something that I do. Stoicism makes you so sociopath apathetic. No, I don't agree with that. I very much don't agree with that. In fact, Stoicism, if you do it right, if you actually learn about it right, if you look into it deep, it will actually make you more empathetic. It will help you understand people's emotions. It will help you understand people better. It will help you do them justice. Much of the definition for us in terms of other people is that it's wrong usually. When we look up to people, it's like, oh, we perceive this weakness or this frail behavior, right, where we're going up to them and, oh, we're lending our hand, oh, how cute, let me help you. Usually usually that is wrong. The common conception that is how people are helped, that's not how people are helped. Sometimes you even need to push people, you need to yell at them, you need to leave them in order for them to fulfill their own duty. You don't know, right? And that's what the Bhagavad Gita says as well, actually. And also around the word control, there's lots of controversy in Stoicism. Someone called Curious. It's not control per se, it's like the actual translation of whatever they say is in our power. And not even in our power, it's actually if it is up to us or not. That's the exact translation. Nietzsche was pretty openly misogynistic. Again, it's not fair for us to interpret philosophers from our modern standards. What we think and know today to be an absolute fact, or the way we perceive morality in our current times, is not necessarily that it applies across all times. Morality in general is a very huge, wide, diverse topic in itself. Hi, Mr. Legendary. Good night, and remember, I'm watching. Oh, it's 1 hour. It's 1 hour, guys. It's absolutely done for today. I absolutely need to go. I've well extended my time. It was lovely talking to you guys, and it was nice. Yeah, that's it. It was nice talking to you guys. It was just misunderstood. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't think I'll be doing my stream tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do my stream tomorrow. I might do it in advance. I might do it in the afternoon, my tomorrow stream, because I definitely have a plan tomorrow at the usual stream time. That doesn't mean we have to excuse or support misogynistic views. You're right. You're right about that, actually, Matilda. And I don't think we're supporting like we're not being misogynistic. If I am personally a very big believer in the separate the artist from the art. I'm personally very much a believer of that. Although Nietzsche would actually disagree with me, because he thinks the fact that the philosophers did all that philosophy was somewhat coming from their own weakness of their minds, because they did not have anything else to like really be contributing to the world. What they did was they empowered themselves, and they empowered the only one thing that they have was that their brain, so somewhat like that. So that was their will to power. And like Socrates, I mean, Nietzsche did call Socrates ugly as well. So what's tomorrow's time? I might not be doing my stream tomorrow. Someone, or if even if I do it, it might be very super late. It might be at 10 or something. 10:30 something might be the time that I do my tomorrow stream. Oh well, bye bye guys. Though, good night. Because if I keep talking to you guys, I'm gonna love. I love this topic so much that I can go on yapping for this for hours. So I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming to the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10, or maybe in late night stream, or I might not do the stream tomorrow. I don't know, guys. Bye bye. Thank you for coming to the stream.